Welcome back. This episode's a little bit different.
Yeah, we're on our way to
Mundi Mundi Bash. Now, we're Mundi Virgins. We've never done it before.
No, I haven't got a clue.
So what we're hoping to do this time is to help out for Mundi Virgins in the future with lots of tips and ideas and answer lots of questions. So we'll find out for ourselves and then share it with you guys. Mundi's a bash. Come along.
Rightio.
Hello. So Mundi's done and dusted for us.
So let's talk about Mundi.
Yeah, a bit of an educational video. I think it's needed. There's not much out there. So we'll start from the very, very beginning. Now, the ticket release date is crazy. We were online on ticket release date, as in counting down the minute until it went for sale. Got our group together and everybody was online from our group to buy tickets and the 3-day early ticket at the same time. Some of them had them within 5 minutes, but I think it took us an hour or so of just refresh. Mm-hmm. But it was worth it just for the peace of mind that we got what we wanted and we got 3-day early tickets.
Mm. So now you've bought your tickets?
Now it's planning time.
Planning time. So you got to realise there's no water fills and
electricity.
So
you need
make sure you got enough solar power.
Self-sufficient for your whole stay. Obviously, we did 3-day early, so we needed to have enough power and water for the whole 6 days. So just keep that in mind if you're doing an early entry pass.
So we had 4 water tanks. Plus we had 30 litres in the car, which is in the tank.
In the water tank in the car.
Plus we had another 2 10 litre containers.
Now that was to help with the other couples too, because we knew we would last with just our water tank. We can last a week with our caravan water tank when we're being frugal, so it wasn't really a worry. But some of the others in our group didn't have as big a caravan, and not as much water storage and with showering and that sort of thing, so we did take extra water. Although they did well and they didn't need to use our water either.
They took a stack of water.
We had oodles. We could have been selling it at the end, but better to have too much than not enough. Power. So obviously, you know, we've got the caravan which it's set up for off-grid anyway, but if you're not, I mean, some people camp in tents and swags. You just need to make sure that you've got enough solar and, you know, charging points for your phone and that sort of thing to get you through for the whole duration. So we mentioned about the water, and I did mention showering. There's no showers. One in our group doesn't have a bathroom, so they had the outdoor hot shower set up in the ensuite. You know, the pop-up ensuite, which worked really well for them. It meant that they didn't have to use baby wipes. So that's the other alternative, is that a lot of people just have a week of baby wipes. Now, you might think that sounds gross, but honestly, when you're at Mundi, nothing's gross because there's so many people who just use baby wipes for a week and no one cares. It's like the toilets.
Yeah.
No one cares that you're pooing in a whiz bin, but we'll get to that. So the next thing to plan is, once you've got your power and water sorted, is what you're going to be taking, what you need to take.
You need to take a uniform.
Uniform!
No, not necessarily.
You don't need to, but it's fun.
Loud shirt.
Like our whole group had flower shirts, and we could be seen. You could spot your group in the crowd. It was really good. There were lots of groups that have uniforms, although it's not necessary, it's just fun. But if you do go in the blue day, you need to organise your blue clothes. That this year was raising...
You can buy beanies and hats that are blue, and that's the only thing you can...
At the event.
Yeah, apart from this shirt.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's merchandise. But as for the blue, it's a real... We'll pop up some photos. It's a real blue. You've got to have the right blue. So we bought tutus and a bit of fun and the wigs and all that. So plan all that before you go. The other thing is your chair that you're taking down to the concert. It's not allowed to be bigger, taller than shoulder height.
Yep.
So that's a catch. And no glass as well is the other thing in the concert area.
No glasses, yep.
So you can't take your bottles of beer, you can't take bottles of wine. Those thermal type cups, drink out of those. And if you have bottled wine, transfer it into an empty Coke bottle.
Same
or
as your spirits.
Yeah, in those squeezy things, or cask wine. But just be thinking of that you can't take bottled wine or beer, so you'll need to be able to transfer it. I put mine into a thermal wine bottle. It's shaped like a wine bottle, but it's thermal. So that worked well for us, but give that a thought. You might need to go and buy something. The other thing is...
the trolley.
The wagon.
Yes, you got to have your little red wagon, which is kind
of...
Well,
ours was red.
Yeah, ours was a little red wagon. You can get blue ones too.
And they can come into the concert area with you. So in the wagon, it's great. You can fit your esky, your chairs, your jackets, your knee rugs, because you will need, beanies, because you go in and it's hot. And by the end of the concert, it's freezing. So the wagon was a great idea. And just about everybody had one. So recommend getting or borrowing one of those in your planning. When you're planning also, there's a really good Facebook group that you should join.
Yeah, travelling to
the Mundi Mundi Bash.
Yeah.
There's one also for the Big Red Bash as well. But that's where you can ask lots of questions and you get lots of answers.
Whether they're the right ones or not is another thing.
Well...
it's generally helpful.
It is helpful, yeah. The other thing as it gets closer is that they have a Mundi Mundi Bash app.
Yeah, it's a dedicated app.
Yeah, it's got an awful lot on that app, hasn't it?
It has,
you have to play around with it.
Your set lists and
timings
for the special events, and also what food vendors are going to be there, I think.
Yeah, there's also so the food vendors and the shops as well, the little shops that are there, stalls.
Oh yes, yep.
There's a lot of stalls, lots of things to buy.
Yeah, you can buy shoes.
Really good actually, lots, for when you arrive before the concert starts. There's ice and firewood pre-ordering, which is a really good idea to pre-order firewood.
There's a couple of camping supply shops.
Yep. Anything that you forget to take to the bash, pretty much you can buy. They even have fresh baked bread every day. Got to be there at 6:30 in the morning for the fresh bread. And then if you don't want fresh baked bread, there's a little stall as well that is for just basic grocery items. So they've really got it well set up. There is also a first aid station and ambulances. So if you cut yourself or whatever, you can duck over to the first aid station, which is good. But the app, you need to download the app. That's very helpful with your planning too. Oh, what else does the app do? When you get into the concert area?
Yeah, when you get into your designated campsite area.
Really clever.
You should ping its location. So
you never
in
get
the middle
lost.
of the night, you can find your way back.
In the dark.
Yeah, camping the night before.
The night before Monday.
Everyone together, so you can roll in first thing in the morning.
When you've got your group, that's really important. Everybody has to roll in together. You can't meet at the Mundi site and then sort it out. It's Mundi Mundi rolling day. Mundi Mundi rolling day. Oh, the radio's going crazy. So this is what happens. You've got to drive down one side of the road to get to the end of the queue. Oh, look, the convoy of cars for rolling is it's really great to be in, isn't it? Because there's all the banter on the UHF and everyone's excited. It really is, you know, it might take a while, but it's fun. So we left.
Got the band on.
We were in the queue about 10-ish. We didn't get there real early. And we were at our campsite by 12, so relatively easy. But how it works.
Yeah, there is a toilet on the route.
What happened is it said there's a toilet coming up in 500 metres. There is a turn-in bay for the toilet, so you can actually turn in, stop and get out and take your time. But I didn't want to get out of the queue, so I've jumped out of the car and ran up to the toilet.
It was like a piss stop, it was. Yeah.
It was a run. I haven't run for years. Run to the toilet was so funny. My friend Tracy was with me. We did our wheeze, and then we had to run to meet the car past the toilet.
Yeah.
Once you get close to the front, they have got you in your party group of however many vans you're in, and then from there on you follow the marshals as instructed. So you just go where you're told. It runs so smoothly, but you eventually end up to the volunteer who puts you onto your site.
So just working out how everyone's going to park. We have got a decent size in the centre with being a group of 4. It's almost the end of early roll-in day, or 3-day early roll-in. So there's still a lot of empty space here. I don't know how it works because we got here before lunch. We're still this back row here. But it's really not too far to walk to the stage, the food vendors, shops, merchandise, all of that.
The sites are all individually marked with flags.
Yes, there's little flags, marker flags and lines.
Yep.
And you cannot cross the line.
Yep. You need to actually keep within 1 metre of your flag, which is your site.
They do come around and check afterwards.
Yeah. And it's a safety thing too. You know, they need access for emergency vehicles.
Give people an inch and it'll take a mile.
That's right. So it's very well organised. So set up your vans and then arrange your waste grey water where that's going to go. So at Mundi Bash, it is allowed to go on the ground.
You dig a little trench.
A trench or a hole.
Yeah.
Just make sure that it goes under your van, or it doesn't go onto your neighbour, that sort of thing. So it's quite easy to dig the soil there. Even I did it. I didn't even get you to do it. I dug the hole for our waste.
And I let her do that.
Yeah. So and it just soaks into the ground. Same with the fire pit. You're allowed to have fires on the ground. You don't need to have them off the ground if you don't want to, but you need to dig into the soil and have your fire in the ground.
Yeah.
Then once you're finished with your fire pit at the end of the bash and your grey water, fill in those holes with the dirt that you dug out from it. That's really important to leave no trace when you leave.
With the camping areas, there's designated disabled areas, which are closer to the stage.
Yeah, they're really close to the stage. There's also designated disability toilets and a special entry to the concert area. And the disability seating is right down the front of the concert. You've got to register for that though, and you need to have your car disability permit on the car. So it's not a disability pension, it needs to be disability parking to be entitled to that. Once you've got your spot, it's a good idea just to take note of your street name. All the streets have got names.
And the block number.
They've all got block numbers. So if you know what name you're on and what block you're on, it helps you at night time not to get lost. Let's talk toilets.
Yeah.
The toilets are really well done, composting toilets. Really well done considering how remote you are. There's an awful lot of them around. They're scattered throughout the campsite, so no camper is really too far from a toilet block. And at the concert area there is heaps. Heaps of the concert area.
Either side of the concert area.
Now the toilets are whiz bins. you walk up a step to get
like
into your
a
cubicle.
scaffolding set up to walk into the toilets, so the whiz bin, a full-size whiz bin, fits underneath and bombs away.
You do your business in the whiz bin. Now, for number ones, just do that as normal. If it's a number 2, you grab a scoop of sawdust, do your business, and pour the sawdust down on top into the whiz bin. Now, people, when they've not been before, are a bit grossed out by that, but it works really well. There's no smell, and there's these amazing volunteers called Dunny Angels.
Dunny Angels work, yes.
Dressed up as of today.
Excellent. Well, you got to have fun when you're cleaning the dunnies.
Also known as a shit stirrer.
Well stocked with sanitizer, because there's no water at the bash, so the only way to clean your hands after going to the toilet is hand sanitizer. But there is always plenty of toilet paper. They do a great job keeping them clean. Caravan toilets. There's no dump point at the bash. Let's face it, we're in the middle of nowhere. So
there's several at Broken
Hill. So, but you can't leave the bash side either. Once you're in there, unless you get the shuttle bus into Silverton, but there's no dump point at Silverton. So
you can't really take that for a
you can't.
ride on the bus.
You can't. No, what we're saying is that your caravan toilet, you need to be really careful how much you use it, because there's nowhere to empty it. It's a good idea to buy your merchandise early when you arrive, because a lot of things do sell out. The queues are huge. It works that you go into the first tent.
Try your sizes on.
That's where you decide what you're going to buy. Try everything on. And then you line up again for the second tent, which is just a big shop where you take in your list and they get everything off the shelves, and it works really well.
On the food vending, I can personally vouch for the donuts. Really give them a good thumbs up. The pies are pretty good.
Yep.
And
we did have to have a pie, Glenn's pie weakness.
We did.
What is there here at Mundi, Glen?
I found some pies.
Pies. Pie time.
Pie time. I think I'm going.
You're waiting, Glen?
Yes. Can I have a beef, bacon and cheese pie?
Sure.
Not for me, thanks.
$9, thank you very much. And one for
Thank you. Thanks to everybody who's bought me a pie. I will remember you as I'm eating it.
I want to see how chunky it is.
Oh.
Right, this is a true outback pie, made on the Mundi Mundi plain.
I can see bacon chunks.
Well, it is a bacon and cheese pie. Smells all right.
Tastes all right.
That's excellent. Thumbs up.
All the food looked amazing. And really, why would you want to cook meals and interrupt your time at the concert? So it was really good to take advantage of those
We did have a good pizza.
Food venues. Yes, we did. Yeah, it's more grazing, isn't it, than having your meals.
We didn't try the expensive potatoes.
those swirly things on a stick.
Potatoes, yeah.
Friends did. They said there was different flavours and they were nice. But no, there's so many food choices. You definitely won't go hungry. And even if you took no food, you wouldn't starve. There's heaps there to choose from.
No, you wouldn't starve. If you're bringing a dog, you need to camp in the dog-friendly area.
And then if you're with a group and there's even just one person with a dog in your group, everyone needs to camp in the dog area.
A disabled dog, you have trouble.
No, you don't have trouble, because dogs are allowed in the disabled.
Oh, okay.
Back to the dogs. There's prickles all over the grounds. So a lot of people buy their dogs shoes, which is a bit cute. And there's all sizes of dogs too, so you even see these big buffy dogs walking around in little shoes, and some people wheel their dogs around in their trolleys as well. So it is really a dog-friendly event.
With the Blue Day, we bought the tickets before we got there.
Yeah, you can buy those with your concert tickets, buy those online, which we did. So tickets for the Mundi Mundi Run and the Nutbush City Limits can be purchased
from the RFDS tent.
They're raising money for RFDS,
which is just beside the merchandising tent, so it's not hard to find.
Well, everything's easy to find. But yeah, you need to buy those in advance, and they're good fun. We recommend that you do them because it adds to the experience, you know. I did the Undi Run. Glenn was taking photos, so he didn't enter that. The Undi Run with friends, and then I also did the Nutbush world record attempt. Glenn didn't because he's not very good at dancing. Neither am I, to be honest. I was a bit worried about the endurance, but managed to do the whole 5.5 minutes. Yeah. Pretty pleased with myself.
And the freeze frame.
Yes, we broke the freeze frame record. Yeah. But like taking part in all of those things, just it adds to the experience. It's great fun. So recommend you just do as much as you can. Where if we think ahead now, we're at concert time.
Concert time, yes. So a lot of people lined up with their little carts way before the time that
they tell you what time the gates are going to open.
So the gates would probably open at 12. And people are lining up from 9.
7. Honestly, they
7,
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave went down to buy fresh bread at 6:30, and he said when he was coming back, there was people there with their carts.
We didn't really get into that.
I could think of nothing worse than lining up there from 5 hours before you're allowed in. A lot of people did naughty things and left their cart with their chairs and came back to it at 12 o'clock.
Just in the queue, yeah.
Yeah, left their cart in the queue, which it's a bit like ghost camping, I think. But, you know, they didn't get picked up for it, so they did it. We were happy just to... we got down there about 12 when the gates opened, or we let that rush go through. We might be half an hour after the gates opened.
Yeah.
And we'd be probably halfway through the concert event. Set up your chairs, take your wagon, you've got your eskies and your jackets and everything in there. And we stayed the whole time. Like, once our chairs were set up, we were in them. You can leave your chairs and come and go, and obviously if you're going down to the mosh pit, you need to leave your chairs.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But another thing people did was, park their chairs and be close to the front, and then you didn't see them for 4 hours till the main act came on. That was a bit rude. But anyway, we thought we've paid for the experience of Mundi Bash. We're going to see it all and sit through it all.
Yeah. And which we did. It wasn't an effort.
No, it was good fun.
Yeah. Wasn't too loud.
We had beautiful weather, beautiful weather, warm even through the day. But once that sun started to go down, that wind,
I think they sold more beanies than they expected to.
In the end. Yeah, after the 30, it was nearly 30 degrees the first couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah. But concert time, just go with the flow, really. Don't get your knickers in a knot. Don't stress too much about anything. It's great. It's so well organised, and you will have a ball. So to keep the kids entertained, there's quite a lot to do, actually.
Yeah, there's 2 playgrounds.
And there's a petting zoo. You can go on camel rides. The big sand pit is very close to the concert area, so a lot of parents would sit just outside the concert area, still get a good view from the stage, while their kids were digging around in the sand pit.
Yeah.
They were having a ball. So another part of the entertainment is the comedy girls, the Crack Up Sisters. They come in the concert breaks and play all sorts of games with the people and the groups and what have you. They even did a tunnel ball, the full length of the concert area, 14,000 people trying to do tunnel ball. They had all sorts of games down the front in the concert area, and just yeah, that's always fun. There's always something to do.
DJ Master Bates. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you say that?
Yeah. Master.
Sunsets at the Bash are beautiful, aren't they?
You ever
The
seen
colours.
a sunset before?
Oh, don't be silly. The colours are beautiful out there.
We did have to jockey for position to get a decent photo.
At the sunset viewing area. So if you go right up to the back of the campsites, right at the very last row, they have the sunset area, and it's very busy. So you couldn't get a photo under the sign because there was just too many people. But just to see the view with that sign was lovely. But not just up the back there at the sunset area, in the concert area as well. Like to stand with your back to the stage and to look back with the crowd and the changing colours.
The artists got a good view, actually.
Oh, they were spoilt for view. Yeah. And how thrilling for them too to have 14,000 people cheering in front of them, and then that beautiful view as well. Yeah, really, really stunning. So each night, the concert was finished by about 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. The music, yeah. And it is, you can go back to your campsites, obviously, have your fire, which we did. It was lovely to sit around the fire. It is a family-friendly event, so all noise needs to cease by 10 o'clock. On the last day after the Saturday's concert, I did some little interviews with our group just to see what they thought as Mundi Virgins. So let's have a listen.
Well, that's Monday.
Well, that's our last night, and what an awesome time it's been. Yeah, like for Virgins, we've learnt so much, haven't we?
Yeah.
So this is Rob. Rob is another Virgin who's part of our group. And what have you thought of the Bash, Rob?
Oh, the Bash has been terrific. I broke my virginity about 4 days ago when I met this beautiful person. Took us on the road. She was the boss of the wash, but she's also a mother hen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you think of the? But that's not about me, Rob. It's about the Bash.
Oh.
Tell us what you thought of the Bash.
No, good. Anyone wants to have the experience and come into the Bash, they should come. I bet you want to talk me bloody virginity.
Righto. Now we've got Bill. Bill's another Virgin, part of our group.
Absolutely.
What have you thought, Bill, of the Bash?
The Bash has been awesome. It's way beyond my wildest expectations, and we've just had a ball. We've just come back from the mosh pit tonight.
Bouncing around in the mosh pit.
Yeah. It was. We're about eight back from the front row, and
awesome.
It was like an 18-year-old again. It was great. So, yeah.
Now this is Tracy, my long-time bestie, almost 30 years. Been a long time since we've seen each other because we're on the road full time, but we've caught up here at Mundi. So tell us what you think of Mundi as a Virgin.
Be involved in all the fundraising, like the Undie Run and the Nut Bush and all that. It raises money for really good causes. The Blue Day.
They've raised an awful lot of money for RFDS.
And so much fun. You'll laugh your head off.
And mental health. It added to the experience. It makes your days really busy.
Yeah, it does. Fills your days in, but makes it fun.
Oh, there's Glenn. What have you thought as a Virgin, Glenn? Here's your mic.
The music's been awesome. Yeah, I don't like in excess much though.
You never have, but shush, you can't tell people that.
Oh, I can't tell people that.
But what did you love?
I liked the living end, but some people...
Well, I was really, really awestruck with chocolate starfish.
Yes, chocolate starfish.
They were awesome. And the ones that I expected to like Diesel, Ian Ramos, I liked them, but I expected to like them. But there was so much
James
more.
James Rain was good.
It's been fantastic, seriously. You got to get here.
So roll out.
Time to leave.
Day. Yeah, time to leave.
Yep, on the Sunday.
Yep. We didn't roll out early.
One of our group did. They were up at 4:30 in the morning in the queue by 6.
Yep.
Because they had to pack up their camper, obviously. So they were in the queue by 6. Gates opened, I think, 7.
Yeah, I think so.
And so they were a few hours. They were in the queue for an hour before the gates opened, and there's a lot of people that want to get away early. And they took a few hours just to get out of Mundiville. They needed to do that. They were in a hurry. We weren't.
Yeah.
So the next people in our group left about 9 in the morning. They said they also took a couple of hours to get out of Mundiville. It was still busy at that time. Then the last of us, we left together, and we left was about 1:30.
Yeah.
About 1:30 actually when we left.
Yep.
And it was only a half an hour, 26 minutes I timed it. So the event went so smoothly.
Yeah, with all the volunteers.
Huge amount of volunteers. They did a great job. So, a big thank you to the volunteers and, of course, the organisers too.
Well, that's our time at Mundi Ton.
Yes, it's lunchtime.
On rollout day.
On rollout day, yeah.
And look how that stage is dismantling already behind us. The little village that is
Mundiville
is shrinking. Yeah, so we hope this video has given you lots of answers and helped you out if you're deciding to come to the Bash next year, 2025, or any future years.
Yeah, we had to ask a lot of advice.
I think most newbies do, and that's why I thought we'd put this together, just to try and help any newcomers, because it's an awesome experience. It really is. And yeah, just if you're prepared, you'll have a ball. So we hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe.
As always, yes.
That would be fantastic. Don't forget we've got a second channel as well, Happy Campers Australia 2.
Yeah.
For bits and bobs if you want to subscribe to that one. And then other than that, it's over and out from Mundi Bash, eh?
Yes, over and out.
Over and out, and we'll see you in our next episode on the road.
See you then.
Bye.